Hello and welcome to the Art of Online Marketing live show. Today, we're going to be going back to basics. So if you've been struggling with where to get started when it comes to creating a social media presence and with your social media marketing, then you definitely want to tune into what I have to say today. So, hi. I'm Denise Allison, and I give established entrepreneurs the skills and confidence that they need to create their own social media content so they can get visible. And I've been seeing a lot of questions lately about getting started with social media. And I'm sure that I've covered lots of these in some capacity before, but I think it's always valuable to go back and share that for those who might just be getting started and to serve as a reminder for those who are already on social media and creating content and posting stuff to make sure that you are covering these bases. So before we get started, let me know in the comments if you are actively creating content on social media. So let me know with the word beginner, if you're kind of just getting your feet wet or have created nothing yet. Intermediate, if you're kind of doing it, and advanced, if you're consistently creating social media content for your social media platforms. And if you're looking to take your social media to the next level this summer, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to my Facebook page and other pages for a special announcement from me. So a lot of the clients that I work with, they are creating some amazing content on social media, and really they come to me so that they can optimize that, improve it, and really just get better with the social media that they're creating and make sure that what they're putting out there is paying off. But I have another group of clients who haven't really started yet. Like they might have a Facebook page, they might have an Instagram page, but they're not really posting anything yet. And these are a lot of the common questions that I get from that group of people. So the first thing that you need to keep in mind when it comes to getting started or really amplifying your social media presence is choosing your platform wisely. So what social media site do you want to spend your time on? And this is a common question, and like many social media questions, the answer is it depends. Now, what does it depend on? There are three main things, and that is your audience, you, and your content. So first of all, your audience. Now, where is your audience currently hanging out? If you're like most entrepreneurs, your answer is like, I don't know. So here's a little bit of information for you. So there are 2 billion plus people on Facebook. There are 1 billion plus people on Instagram, and there's probably about 600 million plus people on LinkedIn. But I mean, those are just numbers, and there's a lot more to it. So when we think about who is on Facebook today, in 2019, we can generally say everyone who is either like millennial age and older. Instagram is a younger demographic. You're going to see younger people on Instagram, millennials and younger, but you're also going to see some Gen Xers there and some baby boomers. But you're not going to see generations much older than that. There might be a few, but you're not really going to see like your grandparents on Instagram. So it's more of a little bit of a younger demographic, but there is a lot of crossover. So unless you're targeting one of those extremes, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. And as for LinkedIn, it's full of entrepreneurs and professionals. So there isn't really a particular like demographic in terms of age and generation, but the people who are on there, they're entrepreneurs, business owners, living in the professional world. So if you are in that kind of space, or if you're in a B2B space, which a lot of my clients are and a lot of my audience is, you definitely should be considering LinkedIn as well. So this info can give you some guidance, but clearly it's a little bit murky and isn't going to tell you exactly what you need to know because there's tons of crossover here. So the next thing that you need to decide is which platform are you going to commit to and use consistently. So if you hate Facebook, and hopefully this doesn't get my video taken down. If you hate Facebook, you hate going on there, you hate interacting with people there, well, then don't choose it as your main social media platform, or don't create a page there at all, because there's going to be nothing and people are going to go to it and they're going to be like, hey, will insist. So you don't want to be on platforms that you're not going to use. There is a reason why I never really post content to Twitter, and that's just, I don't like it. So I choose not to create content over there because I never really go over there, right? So posting consistently is hard enough. You don't want to add in an extra barrier of really dreading going over there and doing it and engaging with your audience. So no need to add those extra barriers. So choose a platform that you actually like using. If you like creating Instagram stories, well, definitely go over there and do that. It, like, you really need to know yourself and know what platforms you like and don't like based on their functionality, not other things that aren't real. And you're also going to want to think about what type of content that you want to be creating. If you want to be creating long form videos, well, Instagram probably isn't a great place for you because they don't let you create super long videos. You can create a 60-second video in the news feed, 15-minute video in IGTV, however long. Haven't seen the limit in stories, but people aren't going to watch the video that long, and you can create up to an hour on Instagram Live. So that's kind of limiting how long you can create videos for, unless you want to go live, which is a whole other topic that we're not talking about today. If you, on the other hand, want to create a lot of visual content, or you want to create short snaps, then Instagram might be a fabulous place for you. So think about what type of content that you are going to create. So those three things are going to help you identify which platform works best for you based on what matches best with all of those three things. So number two is share your expertise. So what do I say is probably the number one question that people have when it comes to creating content for social media. And the easiest place to begin is by sharing things that you already know. So for most of you watching this, you're an expert in something. If you've created a business about it, you are the expert. That's why you do it. So you want to share this expertise with your audience in a real way, not just saying, hey, I'm the expert, but giving them something real that they can implement, they can do, they can understand, and see that you're actually the expert. So you don't need to check every single box off at once when it comes to creating content. I think that's one of the things that messes people up, and they go for an all or nothing. And they're like, I need to create content. I need to share my personality. I need to share sound bites. I need to do this and that, and videos and infographics and podcasts, everything at the same time. And then when they can't do that, because of course they can't, because that's crazy, then they give up. So you want to start small and add layers after. So even if you just start by sharing your expertise, that is going to get you started with the biggest piece. The other pieces are easy to add after. So what do you share? Think about the questions that people ask you the most often around your industry and your area of expertise. So that's a great place to start. So video number one, the question that I'm asked most often, or it might not even be a video, it might just be a post. So you start with that. What is the biggest myth in your industry? So what do people believe to be true that you know for a fact is not, and how can you come in and bust that myth and show people how incredibly smart and amazing you are, so that they'll want to work with you? And then the other great question to cover is, what is one thing that your audience needs to know? Those questions can get you started with the ball rolling, and it's really a mindset thing. So once you get started with creating content, it's much easier to see content idea. So I know for me, often I'll be talking with a client, or I'll be doing a talk, and they'll ask questions, and I'll be like, oh, that's great. I won't say this out loud, I think it to myself and then write it down where I'm like, oh, that would be something great to cover in my social media content because it's a great question and people ask that a lot. So it gets easier once you get started, but you need to start somewhere. And those are the best 3 topics that I find work best for most entrepreneurs when they're getting started with their social media content. And the last thing is to embrace your imperfections. The biggest thing that holds entrepreneurs back from getting visible on social media is their own minds. They let their hangups get in the way, and the way that they see themselves prevent them from ever hitting publish on their content. So they believe that they don't write well enough, that they're not good on video, or that their content isn't unique enough, and then they end up creating no social media content, and then they don't get visible, and then it's just pictures of cats, and then nobody seeks you out to want to work with you. So you need to get started with something and let that improve as you go. You're not going to start out as the expert. So there is that to a certain extent. I can tell you that when I first got started with social media, it sucked. Like I sucked. I don't know why anyone kept following me. I basically here's what happened. I had gotten a new website created. I was really happy about that. I was like, okay, so gotta start sharing this then. And I just was sharing aspects of the website on social media. And then once I ran out of that, I was like, okay, well, gotta say something else now. So it is really like you need to get started and you're gonna improve from there. You're not gonna get started being amazing. It's kind of like when people say, I don't do yoga because I'm not flexible enough. Well, people don't do yoga because they're flexible. They're flexible because they do yoga, right? So it's the same thing. You'll get good at it once you start doing it more. So practice makes, not perfect, because I don't really believe in that, but practice makes better, if you will. And don't worry if you feel like or you think that the content you're going to talk about has been covered before. It's going to be unique because it's from your perspective, your opinions, and it's in your own voice. And that in itself makes it unique. The problem that you run into is when you try to make yourself sound like someone else and also create content that's already been done before. And then it's like, okay, well, this is not exciting because I've already seen that. There's just 2 words that are different. So you do want to share that from your own perspective and your own voice. And that is what's going to make your content stand out by putting yourself into it. And people can relate to you much better if you are a real human than if you're just like this perfect goddessy kind of thing. Nobody's going to watch that because it's going to be boring, and really no one is perfect, and it's just going to feel like you're trying too hard, and people generally just aren't going to watch that. So you want to let your personality shine. And if something goes wrong or you feel like something can be improved, good, because there's always something that can be improved. So let that be a learning lesson for you for what you can change or do better next time. All right, so those are the 3 things that I wanted to cover today. So 1, when you're getting started with social media, choose your platform based on where your audience is, where you like to be, and what kind of content you're going to create. Number 2 is sharing your expertise. So starting by creating content that's based on your expertise and perspective. And number 3 is embracing your imperfections and not worrying about it being perfect from day one, but getting started and getting better as you go. All right, so thank you so much for being here with me on the Art of Online Marketing live show. And I hope this really helps you get started with your social media. If you have any questions, you can let me know below or send me a DM. And like I said, if you're looking to take your social media to the next level this summer, definitely stay tuned to my Facebook page, and I'll be sharing a special announcement with you soon. All right, have a great week. Happy Canada Day and happy 4th of July and happy whatever other national holidays might be happening this week. And hope you're all ready for summer.